Focus on your breathing. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. As you breathe in all the positive energy. And as you breathe out unawareness. And breathe out any helplessness. Slowly come back to your normal breathing. Invoke all the loving, healing, and guiding masters. Invoke your angel guides. Invoke the frequency of love. Radical consciousness. And the prime resource energy. Thank them. Seek guidance. Seek assistance, help. Seek answers and solutions. And seek alignment with your life plan, life purpose, and the greater purpose. Take a deep breath. Gather all your energies from wherever they are and then come back to your body. The reading for today's recitation is FC 46. And this chakra is at the chin. It is the wisdom chakra. We have the inherent wisdom within, and this wisdom is constantly guiding us. At times, due to many reasons, people get away, or people lose in touch with their inherent wisdom. In fact, this chakra now is a reminder you have the wisdom. Get in touch with your inner wisdom. And when you get in touch with your inner wisdom, you align, and that the inner wisdom guides you to work, say, for example, to work smartly, to work or to delegate the work, to say the right word at the right time, whether it is saying yes or no, when to contribute, how to receive easily. Everything the inner wisdom guides. So let us do the recitation. Who is wanting to repeat after the sentences? Anybody?
Will do.
Yes, sure, Lalita. Thank you so much. IR5, my inner wisdom.
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 IR5, my inability to get in touch with my inner wisdom.
IR5, my inability to get in touch with my inner wisdom.
IR5, my inability to get in touch with my inner wisdom.
IR5, my inability to get in touch with my inner wisdom.
IR5, my inability to get in touch with my inner wisdom.
IR5, my inability to get in touch with my inner wisdom.
IR5, my need to ignore my inner wisdom, the words of my inner wisdom.
IR5, my need to ignore the voice of my inner wisdom.
IR5, my need to ignore the voice of my inner wisdom.
IR5, my need to ignore the voice of my inner wisdom.
IR5, my need to ignore the voice of my inner wisdom.
IR5, my need to ignore the voice of my inner wisdom.
IR5, my confusion.
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 IR5, not having clarity to listen to my inner wisdom.
IR5, my inability.
Not having clarity.
IR5, my not having the clarity to listen to my inner wisdom.
IR5, not having clarity to listen to my inner wisdom.
IR5, not having clarity to listen to my inner wisdom.
IR5, not having clarity to listen to my inner wisdom.
IR5, my not having clarity to listen to my inner wisdom.
IR5, my association of acting with my wisdom with arrogance.
IR5, my association of
acting with my wisdom.
IR5, my association of acting with wisdom with
Arrogance.
arrogance.
IR5, my association of taking action with wisdom with arrogance.
IR5, my association of taking action with wisdom with arrogance.
IR5, my association of taking action with my inner wisdom with arrogance.
IR5, my association of taking action with wisdom with arrogance.
IR5, my fear of causing trouble to others by making them jealous.
IR5, my fear of
Causing trouble to others.
IR5, my fear of causing trouble for others by
making them jealous.
IR5, my fear of
continue please.
IR5, my fear of causing
trouble to others.
You repeat, I'll repeat. IR5, my fear of causing trouble to others by causing jealousy in them.
IR5, my fear of causing trouble to others by making them jealous.
IR5, my fear of causing trouble to others by making them jealous. IR5, my fear of causing trouble to others by making them jealous. IR5, my fear of causing trouble to others by making them jealous.
Okay. IR5, my association of confusion with growth.
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 IR5, my worry of creating confusion around me.
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 IR5, my need to borrow others' confusion.
IR5, my need to borrow others' confusion.
IR5, my need to borrow others' confusion and indecisiveness.
IR5, my need to borrow others' confusion and indecisiveness.
IR5, my need to borrow others' confusion and indecisiveness.
IR5, my need to borrow others' confusion and indecisiveness.
IR5, not trusting my inner guidance.
IR5, my not trusting my inner guidance.
IR5, not trusting my inner guidance.
IR5, my not trusting my inner guidance.
IR5, not trusting my inner guidance.
IR5, my not trusting my inner guidance.
IR5, my fear of being targeted when I listen to my inner guidance.
IR5, my fear of being targeted when I listen to my inner wisdom.
IR5, my fear of being targeted when I listen to my inner guidance.
IR5, my fear of being targeted when I listen to my inner wisdom.
IR5, my fear of being targeted when I listen to my inner guidance.
IR5, my fear of being targeted when I listen to my inner wisdom.
IR5, my guilt or regret of not othering my inner wisdom.
IR5, my guilt or
Regret of
not listening to my inner wisdom.
IR5, my guilt or regret of not othering to my inner wisdom.
IR5, my guilt or
Regret of
IR5, my guilt or regret of not adhering to my inner wisdom. IR5,
yeah, sorry, please continue.
IR5, my regret or guilt of not adhering to my inner wisdom.
IR5, my guilt of judging others who listen to their inner wisdom.
IR5, for judging others who listen to their inner wisdom.
IR5, my guilt of judging others who listen to their inner wisdom.
IR5, my feeling. IR5, my regret of judging others who listen to their inner wisdom.
IR5, my guilt of judging others who listen to their inner wisdom.
IR5, my guilt of judging others who listen to their inner wisdom.
IR5, my need for logical reasoning.
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 IR5, my lack of faith to listen to my creative ideas.
identify
my lack
my
of faith
identify my lack of faith for not listening to my creative ideas.
I identify my lack of faith to listen to my creative ideas.
I identify my lack of faith for listening to my creative ideas.
I identify my lack of faith to create to my
I identify my lack of faith
to listen to
to
my
listen to my creative ideas.
what's happening, Lalita?
Ma'am, I have this feeling that like you were literally telling me statements that was just meant for me. But while saying that, I was having a kind of a bit of restlessness because I often get this feeling that I should just listen to it. But then, like one of the R5 statements you said, I get by logical thinking, I keep thinking, oh, this is not a logical thinking way, and I tend to not listen to it. So I think that was making me a bit restless in the process.
Okay. I identify my need to balance my logical and creative thinking.
I identify my need to balance my logical and creative thinking.
I identify my need to balance my logical and creative thinking.
I identify my need to balance my creative and logical thinking. I identify my need to balance my creative and logical thinking. I identify my need to balance my creative and logical thinking.
How are you feeling now?
I think it's making me feel calmer. I feel way forward will be less troubling.
Just let's say it is safe for me to listen to my inner illogical ideas.
It is safe for me to listen to my inner illogical ideas.
It is safe for me to listen to my inner illogical ideas.
It is safe for me to listen to my inner illogical ideas. It is safe for me to listen to my inner illogical ideas. It is safe for me to listen to my inner illogical ideas.
I identify my awareness that my creative ideas come from my subconscious.
I identify my
awareness
my creative ideas come from my subconscious.
I identify my awareness that my creative ideas come from my subconscious.
I identify my awareness that my creative ideas come from my subconscious. I identify my awareness that my creative ideas come from my subconscious. I identify my awareness that my creative ideas come from my subconscious.
I identify feeling fulfilled with my creative ideas.
I identify my feeling fulfilled with my creative ideas. I identify my feeling fulfilled with my creative ideas. I identify my feeling fulfilled with my creative ideas.
Yeah, what is happening?
Ma'am, generally I have this constant, kind of fear or this thing of how will it work? But I think as I change statements, I feel if I just listen or do things that makes me happy, life will be much more better.
Awesome.
But ma'am, somewhere still I can feel a bit of restlessness within my heart.
I know there is still. So let me just let's say this few times.
Okay.
Listening to my inner IR5 association of listening to my inner wisdom with growth.
I identify my listening to my inner wisdom with growth.
IR5 association of listening to my inner wisdom with growth.
I identify my listening I arfai my association of listening to my inner wisdom with growth. I arfai my association of listening to my inner wisdom with growth. I arfai my association of listening to my inner wisdom with growth. I arfai my listening to my inner wisdom with growth. Can I tell you what is kind of coming up in my mind?
Mhm.
I am not bothered about uh, 85-90% people thinking what will they think of me if I'm listening to my inner wisdom.
Mm.
But I think I'm a bit concerned of my really close people. What will they think of me?
Yeah.
I think that is what bothering me from actually listening totally to it.
Just say I
Because
are
I feel
my image consciousness.
I arfai my image consciousness.
Yeah.
I arfai my image consciousness. I arfai my image consciousness. I arfai my image consciousness.
I are my fear of being judged.
I arfai my fear of being judged. I arfai my fear of being judged. I arfai my fear of being judged. I
I
arfai
are
my
my fear of standing out by listening to my inner wisdom.
you just nailed that feeling of mine. I arfai my standing out because of listening to my inner wisdom. I arfai my fear of standing out by listening to my inner wisdom. I arfai my fear of standing out by listening to my inner wisdom.
I are my fear of popularity.
I arfai my fear of popularity. I arfai my fear of popularity. I arfai my fear of popularity.
What is happening?
It's like it's somewhere I am happy being in the limelight and everything. But then I had this fear that what will these people think when they know that I have reached here by listening to my inner wisdom. So I had this fear that I would never be able to explain it to anyone. So now I feel I have reached a point where I really don't have to explain it because the only thing I have to do is just listen to it.
Awesome. Awesome. So
Ma'am,
say,
is it really practically, I'm sorry if I'm sounding,
yes,
but
of
is it
course it
really
is.
practically possible, ma'am?
Yeah.
Just listening to it and then actually will our life really become?
What do you think I'm doing, Lalita? The words are coming to me which you are resonating. Somewhere I'm listening to those words.
So like it is like really, it's like if I just listen to it, my life will be simple and happy and good.
Absolutely.
I'm complicating it.
Absolutely.
Oh.
If you are meant to stand out, okay?
Like I'm taking effort and blending it with the crowd.
Yeah.
And that is making my energy drain.
Yeah. Because if you are meant to stand out, it's like becoming famous or infamous. Both ways you are famous.
I didn't get it, ma'am.
Famous and infamous. Okay. You remove the I am, you are famous. You add I am, you become infamous. Both
Okay.
ways you are famous.
Okay.
Okay. Now it so happens when we don't listen to the inner wisdom, we go through a lot of hardships. Then also we stand out. Oh, see how much she is going through.
So in the wrong way, I'm like now standing out, not in my real original way.
Yep.
Oh.
Which is a no-win situation.
Yeah, it's not beneficial for anyone.
Correct. So when you listen to your inner wisdom, you stand out and you inspire others to listen to the inner wisdom. Now that creates a lot of win-win situation for a lot of people. Now that is completely pro-growth, and that's a bigger plan. So just say, I safely grow listening to my inner wisdom. This is the affirmation for everybody.
I safely grow
Listening to my inner wisdom.
my inner wisdom. I safely grow listening to my inner wisdom. I safely grow listening to my inner wisdom. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Let's all grow easily, effortlessly, and with a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.